And when this cometh to pass, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them, that microchip is coming, and you all will regret for not listening to prophets of great millstone.
We're there now. Did you see what Sam Altman said yesterday? He believes we are now at the singularity. That's when everything changes. That's when you're pulled into this vortex you cannot reverse, and it's going to compound faster and faster and faster and faster. And Sam Altman just said, we're there. Elon Musk said we were there about 6 months ago. If we're there today or tomorrow or in 6 months or last 6 months, it's here, gang. And it's going to get harder from here. Zuckerberg told investors that a person without AI glasses may be at a significant cognitive disadvantage against the people they work with and compete against. Why? You're at a disadvantage. This is what Ray Kurzweil said about taking a chip. I said, I don't want a chip, Ray. He said, Glenn, everybody will have a chip. I don't want the chip. But Glenn, you can take the chip and you'll be able to speak any language. You'll be able to access who you're talking to, who's on the street. You'll know because you will be one with the internet. And I said, I want to be just me. I don't want that. For me to be one with the internet, it also requires that I not only can get uploads, but it will take downloads as well. No, he said, Glenn, everyone will want it. You will be, excuse the language, it will be as if you're retarded. You won't be able to function because everyone will have it. You won't be able to function because everyone will have it. You won't be able to function because everyone will have it. This is the product pitch from Zuckerberg. That's the threat delivered as a forecast. Wear it or fall behind. Wear it or fall behind.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand and on their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell, save that he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
Let's see, mic check. Hear me now, mic check. Let's see, mic check. Hear me now, mic check. We go. All right. Shalom. Like shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who will teach well. And I say shalom to the hopeful elect and the occupant that push this word and this truth into sincerity across the four winds in the names of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, I'm your beloved brother Aina from the GMS Mississippi camp, coming to you once again, with another lesson through the grace, through the spirit, the grace, and the power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, and this morning we're going to get into our foundation is all we need. Okay, and when you talk about foundations, you have when you do construction. I know many brothers do construction work as well, contracting work or some form of blue collar work, I would say. And they understand when you have your foundation is one of the most crucial, if not the most crucial part of your structure. Okay, so you can build as much as you want on top of it. Framing and everything is pretty straightforward. You know, electrical, plumbing, all that's pretty good. But that foundation, that foundation, you got two types of foundations. You got a foundation that's good and a foundation that's bad. All right, and that bad foundation, that house won't last. On a good, sure, assured, tested foundation, that's solid. That house will sit for forever. All right. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and dive into some precepts. We're gonna start with a parable in Matthew chapter 7. All right, let me get the scriptures brought up. Let's go into the two types of foundations first, and then we will focus on our foundation, because our foundation is all we need. You have our foundation, and you have the foundation that the world is going to lean on. All right. So we're going to start it off in Matthew chapter 7. So we'll kick it off at. Okay. Here we go. This is Matthew chapter 7, starting at verse 24. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which buildeth his house upon a rock. Okay, whoever listens to, whoever is hearkening to the words of Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai says, liken you unto a wise man and build your house on a rock. Okay, and Yahweh Shai is that rock. Yahweh Shai is that tried stone, that tested cornerstone, that sure foundation. All right, that's him. All right. It says, as the rain descended, and the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon the house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. Okay, so this is parabolic saying, because as the world, as we continue to go through these afflictions, we continue to get beat down by this system, Babylon the Great, this beast system that they have, that these elites have as well. With Babylon the Great being that whore that's supported by this system, that's likened unto the rains, the floods, and the winds and everything that beat up on the house. Okay, because this system wants to wear us out, man. Okay. It said, but we failed, but it failed not, but we fall not. Why? Because it was founded upon a rock, because Yahweh Shai is our foundation, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is our foundation. Okay. All right. You can liken unto the earth itself correct me if I'm wrong, brother. It's just me speaking as a man. You can liken the earth, that holds up every single thing. That holds up everything. It gives everything. You can liken that unto Yahweh. You can liken that foundation which sits on the earth, as unto Yahweh Shai. Okay, and we are the house that's built on that, man. We're built on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, but that foundation, that rock, is Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, and everyone that hears these sayings of mine doeth them not. Okay, here's that other foundation, shall be likened unto a foolish man that shall build his house, that shall be likened unto a foolish man which built his house upon sand. Okay, so everybody outside who don't have, there's only two foundations. You can't, and you're not, and Jake, I do my own thing. No, you don't, nigga. You have, also, you got one or two foundations, the rock or the sand. Yahweh Shai is that rock, and the sand, shit, is Esau in this wicked world, man. Okay. And would you ever sometimes when in some areas or some climates they have more of a sandy I know brothers that do construction as well know this, that they have more of a sandy soil. So there are different types of soil. All dirt is not the same. So and there's a certain type of dirt that you need to lay a structure on, to lay that foundation on. Okay. All right. So when you have that sandy dirt, or that sandy soil, I forgot the actual name of it. That's likened unto the world, man. Because when rain cometh, All right, well, let's just read the precept because the Lord finna tell us exactly what happens. It said when rain descended and floods came and the winds blew and they blew up on the house, it fell, and great was the fall of it. Okay, so when your foundation is not Yahweh Shai, okay, this is what happens to you. Okay, you're gonna fall. Okay, no matter how big you grow yourself, okay, you're going to fall, and the Lord allowed you to do that just so you can fall, so He can show you He is. We have no free will here. Okay, and it came to pass when Yahweh Shai had ended these sayings, people were astonished at His doctrine, for He taught them as one having authority and not as the scribes. Okay, because the words of Yahweh by Shem Shai, you know, Yahweh Shai one day they two different breeds, man. Okay, Yahweh Shai is that guy, man. As he him, as they say, you know, under the heavenly Father Yahweh. Okay, but back to the lesson, the foundations, man. Okay, our this is where hopeful elect. This is where we are here. We want our foundation to be the rock, man. Okay, because we know that is Yahweh Shai. Okay, and we'll roll into that. Okay, now that we have the two foundations, we ain't got our ass on the sand. Okay, we worried about having our foundation as Yahweh Shai, who is that rock, man, that tried cornerstone. All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 28, and verse 16. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai power. Behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, and a what? Sure foundation, that he that believeth shall make not haste. Okay, so if we believe in the words of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to be that foundation for us. Okay, He's going to be that stone for us. He's going to be that tried stone. He's going to be that precious cornerstone, and He's that sure foundation, man. Because guess what? Well, hey, we can't lose. Okay, when we have Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai as our rock under our feet, you know, that supports us and holds us up. You know, I'm saying that correctly. You know, if He's that support, because you know, if your foundation, you walk on it, you sit on it. Okay, that's what supports you. Without that foundation, you're nothing. Okay, without Yahweh B'Shem Shai, we're nothing. Okay, with Yahweh B'Shem Shai, man, we everything and all and more. Okay, but Yahweh Shai is that foundation, man. Okay, He is that precious cornerstone, that tried stone, man. A foundation, that stone, that's Yahweh Shai. Okay, so when we're talking about that house that's built up on a rock, man, that house is built on Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, Yahweh B'Shem Shai. Okay, because we know that we don't need that foundation provides us all the support that we need. Okay, and when we're talking about that foundation, we're talking about Yahweh B'Shem Shai provides us all that we need, provides us everything. Okay. Let's go to the book of Isaiah stay in the book of Isaiah. Let's go to chapter 33 and verse 6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability. I think that's the one I'm looking for. Salakia. That's not the one. Give me 1 second. That's not the one. Different. Let me see. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Salakia. It's in the NLT. Salakia. Not bad. This is Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6, going to, you know, that wisdom and knowledge. You know, and who is that? Where did that wisdom and knowledge come from? Okay. This is Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6 in the NLT. In that day, He will be your sure foundation, providing a rich store of salvation, wisdom, and knowledge. The fear of the Lord, Yahweh, will be your treasure. Okay, so having that fear in Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, okay, hey, that is the beginning. Okay, when you have a house, you know, your dirt work and getting prep and your foundation is the beginning. That's where it starts at. Okay, you know, and guess what? And as the scripture said, it provides a rich store of salvation, wisdom, and knowledge. Okay, that house will sit forever. Okay, so when we're built up on Yahweh Shem Shah, hey, this we will abide. You know, we will live forever once we're beamed up in those chariots, man. Okay, once we get those new bodies. Okay, and in this time here, we know that hey, this flesh, if the Lord makes a call for this flesh to die off, hey, guess what? We know our spirit going back to Yahweh Shem Shah, and we're gonna be good. Okay. Our brothers are with that number, we're gonna be already up there on the chairs waiting. So with Yahweh Shem Shai as our foundation, we can't lose either way. Whether we have to take the death, whether we don't, you know, whatever the Lord has in store, if Yahweh Shem Shai is your foundation, you will have, it says, providing a rich store of salvation, wisdom, and knowledge. A rich store, that means providing us everything we need in abundance. Okay, we're gonna get everything that's needed that we need in these times, man. The Lord gonna provide that. Matthew 6 and 33, seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High, you know. And every matter of fact, we'll get it, so I don't butcher it. Matthew 6 and 33, seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High. Above all, let's go with the KJV. So like it. Matthew chapter 6, verse 33, seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. Okay? So we know with seeking Yahweh Shem Shai as that foundation. Hey, look, everything that is needed, or everything that is required, everything that we would like that's in righteousness, okay, the Lord will provide what we need. Okay, He ain't gonna give us too much that's gonna destroy us, and He ain't gonna give us too less to have us impoverished, man. Okay, get one more, and then we'll close out. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3, starting at verse 10. According to the grace of the Most High, which is given unto me as a wise builder, I have laid the foundation, and another buildeth their own. But every man take heed how he buildeth thereupon. Okay, so the Lord has laid us a foundation, everything of how we need to, how everything need to go. Yahweh Shem Shai laid out how we should do this. Okay, Yahweh gave everything to Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai came and He was that example. Okay, so He's that foundation. Hey, and we're building. Okay, we're builders. We're in the process of building now. Okay. Verse 11, for the other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Now, if any man build upon his foundation gold, silver, and precious stones, wood, hay, and stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire. And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. Okay, so once it comes down to it, hey, it's gonna be seen what your foundation is. Okay, when that chip roll out, okay, and everybody gonna have to make a decision. All this in the middle and pity patting, and I ain't gonna do this and I ain't gonna do that, but I ain't gonna do this either. Hey, everybody's gonna end up making a decision. Okay, and that decision, hey, is going to reflect when this affliction start, when Jacob's trouble start, MOTB kick out. Hey, it's gonna be made known what your foundation is. It's gonna be tested out. Okay, it's gonna be made sure by the fire. Okay, it's gonna be revealed. Okay, through that affliction, ultimately, when those thermonuclear missiles hit that real fire, it's definitely gonna be known then. Because if you're not up there on those chairs, our righteous are of that number, then we know your foundation was not Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, but that's the point. You know, I pray this lesson was edifying to you. Till again, I'm going to say, Abba, Kumar, Shala, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Hakadash, Barakathon, Shalom. Birthday, Howard, birthday.